The resilient Jenkins, King Daddy Drew, apparently got somebody pregnant and they're 4 months along. Also, the Drew side piece page posted a screenshot of her texting Stephanie. And Stephanie's daughter has a bald spot in her head. We have got to talk about this. Now, as far as I'm concerned, CPS is involved and Stephanie has 2 open CPS cases. You want to know why? Because the other day, people got really concerned at the fact that Stephanie told her daughter, F you. And the other day, I also seen a clip from Stephanie's live where she's yelling at Addie, and Addie said that she was just trying to help and do her best. Hearing that little girl's voice crack and break under the pressure of her mother, it made me physically ill. Those children have been really struggling, and I don't think that we truly understand, the amount of stress that they're going through. And it's getting bad, you guys. It's getting so bad. I'm really scared for these kids. So if anybody can tell me what I need to do so that I can help these kids, please tell me what I need to do. Y'all keep saying you need to do something. What is there to do? What do we do?
If Drew Jenkins really did get somebody pregnant, I have no freaking words. How does he have money to even take a woman out on a date? And I'm being so for real. This man is truly cheating. I don't know what to say, because you have your family living in a hotel room, but you have the money, time, and effort to have a mistress and get her pregnant. And honestly, Stephanie has truly been crashing out lately and has openly admitted that yes, he is doing things. So this very well can be true. But sir, you don't take care of the kids that you have, only the ones that are with Stephanie, and those are barely taken care of. It's the bare minimum. What kind of woman wants to have a child with you after this? And we know because Stephanie has told us that y'all have been having problems for a while when it comes to the bedroom. And rightfully so. Where do you do it? And how, when you have all these kids in one hotel room? Instead of rage baiting, boss the hell up, Stephanie. Prove people you could do it. I would not be surprised if this is all part of the plot for engagement, because every time her views go low, this is the kind of stuff she does, though. Let's talk about it in the comment section. What do you think?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the wild world of TikTok drama, celebrity gossip, and all the alleged scandals that keep us scrolling late at night. Oh my gosh, you guys buckle up, because today's video is about to explode your feeds. We're talking about Drew Jenkins allegedly getting his neighbor pregnant, while his TikTok mom of 5, Stephanie Jenkins, is out here trying to hold it all together in a motel room saga that's straight out of a chaotic reality show. But before we jump in, quick shout out. Drop in the comments where you're watching from, what time it is there, like this video if you're hooked already, and hit subscribe with notifications on if you haven't. Let's keep the convo going. All right, let's get into this mess. Now, I have to start by saying, as always, everything I'm sharing here is based on rumors, alleged comments, and whispers circulating online. Nothing confirmed, just the tea that's been spilling across TikTok and beyond. But if even half of this is true, it's beyond wild, you guys. Picture this. The resilient Jenkins family, Stephanie, Drew, and their 5 kids, have been crammed into a motel room for the last 6 months, dealing with instability, arguments, and what sounds like nonstop stress. And amid all that, rumors are flying that Drew has been out late at night, supposedly doing gig work like DoorDashing or whatever, but allegedly he's been up to way more than just delivering food. Word on the street, or should I say the comment sections, is that he's gotten another woman pregnant. Her name, Sierra, allegedly from the dispensary, and she's supposedly 4 months along. 4 months!
Someone go check on the kids and Stephanie. If Drew Jenkins really got another woman pregnant, that is beyond wild. How can you have your family of 7 up in a motel room for the last 6 months? And you allegedly got another woman pregnant in the last 4 months. Allegedly, guys, she's 4 months along, apparently. And her name is Sierra. Allegedly, while Drew was out doing that gig work late at night, he was doing other work as well, apparently. Let me show you guys the comment. And there's been a few comments I've seen circulating around, but on Drew's recent video on TikTok, this comment says, "Hey Drew, Sierra is pregnant, by the way. Is this going to be your 7th or 8th? And then someone said, "Wait, who the hell is Sierra?" And someone said, "Drew's girl he's been seeing when he's apparently doing his late night gig work. Sierra from the dispensary, what's her tag?" The next comment basically says the Sierra girl does not want to go public right now, but she has a friend that is trying to get her to make a video to speak on the situation. Stephanie has been quiet on her platforms the last 24 hours. She hasn't posted anything besides this video post. It says a narcissist will neglect their partner and or children in multiple ways but gladly help a coworker, neighbor, or stranger. Why? Because it's all about their image and getting praise from others. They save their behavior for behind closed doors. That post alone says a lot. This is all alleged, not confirmed.
That means this all allegedly kicked off right in the thick of their motel misery, maybe even overlapping with the family's lowest points. Let me paint the picture for you. Drew's out there, claiming he's hustling for the family, pulling those late-night shifts to make ends meet. But according to these alleged comments popping up on his recent TikTok videos, he's been seeing Sierra on the side. One comment straight up called him out. "Hey Drew, Sierra is pregnant, by the way. Is this going to be your 7th or 8th? Oof, the shade. And then the replies exploded. People asking, who the hell is Sierra? And others chiming in that she's the girl he's been sneaking around with during those so-called gig hours. Apparently, Sierra works at a dispensary, and there's talk that she doesn't want to go public yet.
Oh, I'm gonna go to my hotspots, my designated hotspots, and this and this. This is conversation that Drew and I have. Like, it's like having a conversation with him. So, for a second there, I sat and questioned that shit like, what the fuck? And I like sending the screenshots of the text message threads. His behavior was a little bit different than I was expecting. So that people want to believe this whole he cheated thing, when I know, like I said, half the time he was right there with me for these supposed communication, and that's just not even how he talks, yo. It's just not it's not him.
It's not. It's just that those messages just don't even sound like the man that I know. Like, to me, they give off this, like, someone who is intentionally trying to make him sound weak, make him sound like he has no real attention focused on this family, and he very much does.
But her friend is pushing her to make a video and spill the beans on the whole situation. If this is all alleged and turns out to be real, how do you even process that? You've got a family of 7 squeezed into one motel room, kids sleeping in less than ideal setups, and Drew's allegedly out there starting a whole new chapter with someone else. And speaking of the family, let's talk about Stephanie, the resilient Jenkins herself. She's been unusually quiet on her platforms lately. Hasn't posted much in the last 24 hours except for this one cryptic video.
Because the next morning, I did tell you I was recording at like 3:30, so this is what we got. I'm just curious. Why do people automatically assume that a woman that stays with a man that they know is doing stuff behind their back and just is just disconnected, period? Why do you automatically assume that means the woman is just like dismissive of anything and completely okay with it? And she's just like, oh, okay with being treated like that. When in reality, a lot of women are strategic, and we know like our situation is something we can handle currently, especially if we know what the fuck's going on. We know what's up, you know? We know what we're in for now. Disconnect is not anything I can't handle. And I've said this many times. Him and I work good as a family. Our kids thrive when him and I are working together to do what's best for our kids. And that's just that. Why y'all gonna assume that I'm instantly just like dismissive of everything that I spoke of, and that it's back and forth with the mental? No, it can all be the same. It can literally all be accurate at the same time. I can be trying to work on things with him and see if we still have a future together, as well as planning that possibility isn't a thing, but making sure I'm good if that's the case. Can you like understand that, or is that just too much? Like, given these accounts that want to just sit there and be like, it's in the eyes, you see it, she's using, stop giving them views. Meanwhile, they put their angles on the camera somewhere where you can't see they're actually the ones using. Like, come on. I literally have nothing to hide and put myself up here looking raunchy. I'll get out. I would probably be a little more ashamed of that and try to hide it if I was like using and pyramid it. Most users are pyramid too. I'm fucking tired. I'm really tired.
In it, she drops this gem. A narcissist will neglect their partner and or children in multiple ways, but gladly help a coworker, neighbor, or stranger. Why? Because it's all about their image and getting praise from others. They save their behavior for behind closed doors. Girl, if that isn't a not-so-subtle dig at Drew, I don't know what is. It screams volumes about what's allegedly going on behind the scenes. Rumors suggest she's been crashing out emotionally, posting all sorts of things that hint at betrayal and trust issues. There's even alleged screenshots from a Drew side piece page where someone texted Stephanie directly about this mess. If Drew's really out there neglecting his own kids while allegedly impregnating a neighbor, It fits that narcissist vibe to a T, putting on a show for outsiders but dropping the ball at home.
There have been many rumors as to why CPS showed up at the resilient Jenkins motel room doorstep. In one of Stephanie's recent videos, people are saying that if you stop the video, you can see that one of Stephanie's daughters has a bald spot on her head. So this is the photo that people are referring to. People are also saying that in one of Stephanie's recent lives, you can hear Stephanie being verbally with her daughter. So let's take a listen to that clip. People are even going as far to say that they heard Stephanie lack, what rhymes with lack, her daughter. Take a listen to this clip.
Honey, stop looking at me like that. If that's how it goes down. I asked you, I gave you the option, help with your sister for a minute, or you can get up and do the chores that are...
But hold up, because this isn't just about the alleged pregnancy drama. The kids are at the center of this, and that's where my heart breaks. Rumors have it that CPS is involved. Stephanie allegedly has 2 open cases right now. Why? Well, people got concerned after clips surfaced of her yelling at her daughter, telling her F you in a moment of frustration. There's another alleged clip from a live where she's screaming at Addie, and you can hear the little girl's voice crack as she says she's just trying to help and do her best. Hearing that, allegedly of course, makes you physically ill.
And mind you, these videos have thousands of views and likes, accusing Stephanie of doing very horrible things on the internet. So here's my thing. In my opinion, just from listening to the audio of those clips, I don't think you can tell or 100% say that that was what Stephanie did. And, you know, what I'm seeing on this app is that some people are calling on the Jenkins because of those videos. I've also heard yet another rumor that the reason they were called was because the kids did not show up for their first day of school. So you see what I mean? There's so many things that people are just saying on this app. And I just hope people are careful to, like, before we go and accuse someone, I'm not saying I am a fan of Stephanie by any means, but before we go and accuse someone of doing some heinous acts here, let's make sure that's 100% true.
These children are under so much pressure, living in a motel with no privacy, no space, and constant instability. They've been tossed around, sleeping next to whatever's handy, like onions or on the floor in past setups, and now this? The stress must be unimaginable. Bella, one of the daughters, allegedly has a bald spot on her head. Is it from pulling her own hair out due to anxiety, malnutrition, something else? We don't know, but it's rumored to be a huge red flag that's got people worried sick. I've seen comments begging for someone to check on the kids and Stephanie, especially if this pregnancy rumor holds water. How can you have your family in such dire straits and allegedly be starting another one elsewhere? It's beyond comprehension. And Stephanie, she's allegedly admitting to things that just add fuel to the fire. In one of her captions, she says she started her mom breaks again about a month ago, hanging out with her old friend Mary Jane. That's code for smoking MJ, you guys. She claims she'll never touch harder substances, but she's been friends with it for years. And now with the baby nursing less, she's back at it.
I'm not even going to watch her little gardening and sit and talk with me video, whatever the fuck that is. No. Your literal infant does not have a proper sleeping space. A bassinet is not appropriate. She's going to get hurt. It's not for kids her age. She's too old. You know this. Pack and plays are free all the time on Marketplace. There's a $60 pack and play at Walmart that I already told you about. You don't get to garden unless you're not homeless and you're taking care of your kids and your bills are paid. That's not how life works. See, I'm about to go garden because I'm a stay-at-home mom with my bills paid and my kids are safe and sound asleep in their own rooms, in their own beds, in my home. I have the right to go do this. You don't. Go get a fucking job and get out of where you are and take care of your goddamn kids. Then you can have a little mommy break. Bye-bye now.
Normally, I'd say live your life. No judgment here. But when your kids are homeless in a motel because you and Drew allegedly refused to get steady jobs, and yet there's money for this, that's where it crosses into unacceptable territory. She's literally admitting online that her breast milk might have traces of it to millions of viewers. It's wild. She opens the door for all this criticism herself, making it hard to feel bad when she's the one sharing these details. Now let's get critical here. Because Stephanie, if you're watching, and I say this with tough love, you're tolerating behavior that's destroying everything. Rumors paint Drew as someone who's shown his true colors time and time again, neglecting the family, breaking promises, arguing non-stop. You've been defending him since day one on TikTok, but has he ever returned the favor? Allegedly, no. You're so desperate for love that you'll put up with anything, turning a blind eye because you think stability or a house will magically change him. Newsflash, whether you're in a mansion or a motel, people are who they are. No amount of therapy or talking will fix a guy who's allegedly out impregnating neighbors while his kids suffer. Stop romanticizing this fairy tale and focus on the real kids in your care who need you to step up. I want you to succeed, I really do, because those 4 out of 5 kids won't have a shot at a better life without you turning things around. Ditch the chase for a man who doesn't care and prioritize them for once.
Drew Jenkins got another woman pregnant? Drew Jenkins posted a video today and somebody commented on it. Hey Drew, Sierra is pregnant by the way. Is this going to be your 7th or 8th? I hope that this is true. Nothing would make me laugh harder than Drew going out with his slippery snake and getting another woman pregnant. That is so funny. Like, how do you find the time with 5 kids that you live with, and then, you know, your girlfriend, but you're her side piece. So here's the thing, guys. Drew is not at fault. Drew is her side piece. He can do whatever he wants.
And thriving? Stephanie, be real. When have you and Drew ever thrived? Individually or as a family? Before him, you were allegedly living with your mom, and your daughters had their own rooms. Then Drew enters the picture, and suddenly, they're sleeping on the kitchen floor, now in a motel. Deshaun, Drew's son from before, is supposedly doing better with his mom now, getting to experience actual activities instead of this chaos. You post about being a great team, how the kids thrive when you're together. But where's the evidence? Living in a motel for months, yelling at the kids on lives and snapping at them, treating them like burdens while Drew ignores them for his PS5, that's not thriving. That's survival mode at best. A thriving family has a home with enough rooms, jobs, stability, not C-piece knocking because of concerns. You mentioned a caseworker stopping by recently? Yeah, that doesn't scream success. This whole thing feels like rage bait sometimes. The Jenkins are allegedly boring now, stuck in the same loop, making stay-at-motel mom content that doesn't evolve. Why are people still following? She's not changing her life, just sitting there, sparking drama to get views. Unfollow, stop giving the platform if it's just trashy vibes.
Okay? Let's make that clear. All right? My king. My man. He's not locked down. No, Pookie. You have a husband. He is your side piece. And as the side piece, he is allowed to have other side pieces. That's like the rule of side piece. So he has 5 kids that he currently resides with, okay, in one room, naturally. And then he has 1 child who he hasn't seen in, 12 years? And then he went out. He went out with his slippery snake. Got another woman of Portland pregnant. Oh my goodness. Y'all better lock your doors. I tell you what, he's sneaking in. He's getting in there. I didn't know Drew had game like that. Because I feel like he's kind of a wet noodle, you know? Like the conversations we saw from the Drew side piece account, the man is painful to speak with. So I didn't know he was spitting game like that in person. I mean, God bless. God bless the women of Portland, because you're not getting a penny out of him. I tell you what. No, you're not going to see any money from him. Maybe he should move to another state at this point. Drew Jenkins. My man. oh, I'm going to go DoorDashing with you. You know, we'd have fun. We'd have fun because I'm funny and you're not. So you would just laugh at my jokes and I would just talk the whole time. And it would be a good time. I didn't know you had game like that. You know, and that's my bad. My bad for disrespecting your game. Because Drew's got game, alright? I haven't seen it. But the ladies in Portland are seeing it. You guys are seeing it out there. I don't know what's in the water. Well, I know what's in the water. It's Drew Jenkins.
And speaking of vibes, I'm confused. What does Stephanie even see in Drew? It's not his looks, not his job, or lack thereof, not how he parents, not his personality, not even him liking her back consistently. Rumors suggest it's something superficial, like this being her first experience with someone of a different ethnicity and getting hooked on the wrong things. But girl, from experience, that's not a real king. That's a court jester at best. The TikTok mom community would rally behind you if you dumped him. You deserve better. Reach out, DM someone, because you seem isolated, no friends, no outings. It's sad, and you're looking like you're settling for less than you should. On a broader note, this highlights huge issues with child protection. Rumors say CPS in Oregon, especially Portland, is dropping the ball, brushing kids under the rug unless it's extreme, like SA or parents shooting up. Emotional, mental, physical abuse, allegedly ignored until kids are on their last thread. Why wait for trauma to pile up before helping? We shouldn't teach children they need to hit rock bottom for support. Laws should be federal, uniform across the country, not varying by state.
Let me get this straight. Stephanie from the resilient Jenkins has no money to get a home for her children, but she has money to smoke MJ. This is her caption from a TikTok video the other day, and it says, "Y'all make your assumptions about me anyways. I started my mom breaks again about a month ago when baby girl switched to eating more and now does not nurse as often. Go ahead, judge, but judge right about things. I will never touch harder substances, but me and Mary Jane have been friends for years." Now, normally if this were anyone else, I wouldn't give a shit, okay? I don't care if people are gardeners or not. But when your kids are living in a hotel room for months and months and months because of your actions, you and the baby daddy refusing to get a job, but you have money for this? No, that's unacceptable. That is not okay. The fact that she even admitted this on the internet is fucking crazy to me. Like, she does this shit to herself. She opens up the door for all of the hate that she gets, which makes it really hard for me to feel bad for her at this point. She's literally admitting that her breast milk is full of cannabis on the internet to millions of people.
On the East Coast, like New York or Florida, abuse triggers real action. Removals, investigations, drug tests, parenting classes. But in Oregon, allegedly, it's a free-for-all. We need to advocate for all kids, not just the Jenkins ones. Make abuse laws consistent so every child has the same rights, coast to coast. Stephanie's allegedly been defensive with CPS too. Rumors say a worker showed up unannounced on the first day of school for Portland kids, and instead of cooperating, she puffs up, sets up her camera to intimidate, calls the worker spineless. Girl, he's investigating claims, not accusing you personally. That's his job, a concept that might be foreign since you and Drew allegedly avoid them. You told CPS you know your kids best because they came out of your body. By that logic, Deshaun's mom knows him best. And don't forget, you're still legally married to your ex, an alleged RSO, and didn't finalize the divorce despite your mom giving you cash for it. That gives him legal rights over some kids. Wild oversight.
Stephanie, I'm not downplaying that you love your kids. And based on your situation, you're a good mother. She really is. I mean, you never see those kids dirty. She's always cooking for them. You know, I get it. You know, you're a single mother. Let's face the fact. But the one thing that I don't understand, and just to give you a little bit of context, Stephanie, I have not dated a Caucasian man since I was 16 years old. I'm married to someone of a different ethnicity. What the fuck do you see in Drew? It's not his looks. It's not his job. It's not how he takes care of his kids. It's not his personality. It's not him. Like you. So, there's only one thing I can think of.
If this pregnancy rumor is true, Stephanie's probably crashing out, turning it on everyone else. Views dip, rage bait spikes, posting cryptic stuff about Drew. It's sad for the kids, who were allegedly sleeping next to onions months ago. No belongings, no space. Any woman touching Drew allegedly knows he doesn't pay child support now, so why expect it? Disgusting to add another kid when he barely handles the ones he has.
That this was your first time with someone of a different ethnicity. And you got stuck on the D. Please tell me that that's what it is. But let me tell you, from someone with experience, that is not a man. That is not a true representation of a real African American king. At the most, that motherfucker is Lester the court jester, and he can never be king. Girl, I'm truly coming from a good place. TikTok and the whole mom community will rally behind you, girl. Get rid of that piece of shit. You can do better. You can do so much better. Please DM me. I'd love to talk to you. Honestly, I would. Because you don't have no friends. I never see you go out. It's sad. Just my thoughts. Comment or like if you agree. And one more thing, Stephanie. One more thing. I almost forgot. Girl, you're looking like a real Becky right now, and that's not good. DM me. We can talk. I can help you figure this out.
Humor me for a sec. Drew allegedly has game. The man comes off as a wet noodle in those leaked convos. Painful to read, but apparently Portland ladies are falling for it. Lock your doors. He's sneaking in like something in the water. I didn't know he had it in him. My bad for underestimating. God bless those women. You won't see a penny. Maybe he should relocate states at this point. Stephanie posted about finding Drew's active Facebook and Instagram, despite him saying he's not on social media. Girl, you're married. Drew's your side piece. If serious, you'd divorce first before moving in and having kids. But you rushed, had 2 to keep him. Doesn't work with bums. Spot a bum next time. Now rumors of another pregnancy? Trouble.
Jenkins just posted, "You never really know a person. I just found out my I'm not on social media man actually still has a Facebook and Instagram he's still active on." Okay, and he should. And he should. You're married, Stephanie. Did you forget that you have a whole husband? You are a married woman. Drew is your side piece. If you were serious about Drew, you would have divorced your husband before you moved your daughters into his 1-bedroom apartment, right? Like, as an adult, I feel like that kind of makes the most sense, you know? Like, you would end one relationship before you get into the next one. But you just took Drew on as your side piece and then had 2 kids with him so you wouldn't lose him. Guess what, Pookie? That's not how men work. Not men like Drew Jenkins. Not bums. That man's a bum. You couldn't spot a bum? That's crazy.
This isn't just a one-off. It's part of a bigger pattern that's got people speculating about CPS involvement. Allegedly, right after this blow-up, CPS showed up at their place, stormed by authorities because of reports tied to that cursing incident, and more. But it wasn't just words. Some rumors hint at a sound that could be interpreted as a slap or something physical, followed by that out command. Heartbreaking stuff. Especially hearing Addie defend herself with, "I'm just trying to help." Narcissistic tendencies are whispered about here, blaming the kid for the baby's cries when, allegedly, it's the adult's chaos causing the ripple effects. Stephanie's reportedly spiraling in her lives, defending herself, but people are divided. Was it a hit? Just a yell? What do you think? Drop your takes below, but keep it civil. We're here for the discussion, not the drama escalation.
Girl, I don't know what to tell you. And now there's rumors. This other lady posted that Drew got another woman pregnant. Said she's like 4 months pregnant. Pookie, this is why we don't rush into relationships with men when we're still married. Right? Right? Girl, you in trouble. You better go back to your mom's house. You better just go, you better put your tail between your legs, you better go to mama, and you better say, listen, mom, I like bad men. Don't ever let me date again. Right? Because you're kind of 2 for 2 now with horrific decisions. Your first husband is in jail. Your only husband, your current husband, he's in jail for doing horrific things to one of your children, and then also other children, and then also his mother.
Zooming out, Stephanie's got 4 biological kids. Addie at 10, Bella at 8, Atlas around 2, and the youngest, Momo, who's about 7 months old, the so-called golden baby. Then there's the blended family aspect with Drew Jenkins and his kid, making it 5 kids total under one roof, or in this case, 1 motel room. The resilient Jenkins crew, as they're dubbed, has been through the ringer, and rumors paint Stephanie as exploiting these kids for content. Time and again, she's allegedly prioritizing lives and videos over hands-on parenting, leading to verbal abuse that's now out in the open. That sub-live video where she went off? Allegedly, it's a prime example of harsh, unnecessary language just because she wanted screen time without interruptions. But let's shine a light on Bella, the 8-year-old. Rumors are swirling about the toll this is taking on her physically. In a recent video Stephanie posted, before one of her lives, Bella's allegedly showing signs of severe stress, missing chunks of hair, like 2.5 to 3 inches gone from her scalp. Heartbreaking, right?
And then Drew is just a bum. I think he's a little weird. I get kind of creepy vibes from him a little bit. I don't love it. I don't know. Part of me thinks he's a little bit of a creep, and then the other part of me thinks is that he's just so weird that he comes off as creepy, but he's actually just like so bizarre. He just doesn't like any of them. I don't know. I wouldn't let him around my daughter, if that's any consolation. But ladies in Portland, stay safe out there. All right, Drew Jenkins is up there. He's in the pipes. He's in your water, because he's got to be in the water. Because too many people up there are fooling around with the Drew Jenkins. All right, so I'm assuming he's slipping through the pipes. He's getting into these homes, because who's letting this man in?
This isn't normal for a healthy child. It's speculated to be from pulling it out due to anxiety, it falling out from neglect, or even worse, someone ripping it. Abuse doesn't always show as bruises. Sometimes it's this silent scream from the body, like hair loss from emotional, verbal, or physical strain. Exploitation, neglect, all allegedly piling up, and Bella's paying the price. No kid should look depleted like that. It's a red flag waving furiously for intervention. People are calling for CPS to step in hard, especially since Oregon's system is rumored to be notoriously lax about removals. But something's gotta give. These kids allegedly need a stable, loving home, not a shelter or motel where they're raised by a mom who's reportedly abusing substances in front of them or exploiting them online. There's even talk of a video showing that, but it's too flagged for public posting.
If this man came to my front door, I would send him away. Well, I would tell him, just leave the food on the porch, and then you can leave, right? Because is that what he's doing? Is he delivering food and getting you pregnant at the same time? Is that like an option on DoorDash now? Where you double dash and get pregnant? Because that's crazy. I don't think I'd pay for that. No, I don't think I would. I think I'll just take the food, right? You don't have to sleep with a DoorDash driver, guys. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Postmates, any of you don't have to sleep with them. I want to make that clear. I don't know if there's a different maybe service offered in Portland. But here in New York, we don't have to sleep with them when they deliver food. I'm just saying.
Allegedly, it's out there if you dig. Stephanie needs to be held accountable, maybe even canceled, so these babies get a fighting chance. It's horrific, and sharing this kind of awareness might pressure authorities to act. Fast forward to another alleged sub-only live where Stephanie's at it again with Addie, arguing over watching the sister versus chores. The daughter's voice is elevated, sad, pleading, "I'm trying so hard to help you," and Stephanie shoots back with, "No, you're not." Then she steps away, mutters something like, "Shut the fuck up, stop disturbing me," and allegedly caps it with a direct "fuck you" to her daughter's face. Brutal? Rumors point to creators saving audio clips, 3 or 4 minutes of this chaos that reveal the raw side. Right after, Stephanie posts a video acting like it's business as usual, brushing off haters as miserable, saying she doesn't give a crap. But come on, that's a front. Allegedly talking to your kid like trash, then playing nonchalant? If authenticity is your brand, own it. Speak how you speak to your children. Let the world see the real you.
Again, I'm going to say what I've said for the last few days. I'm extremely worried about Stephanie's mental health, whether it's substances, whether it's postpartum depression, whether it's a combination. She recently came out and said that she is now taking her mom time to garden because the baby's only breastfeeding a little bit. So you're breastfeeding a child while you're smoking herb and doing other questionable things, maybe. We don't know if you're doing questionable things, but it's possible, right? Then we have this person that popped online and said that her friend Sierra is pregnant with Drew's baby. Now, do we know if that's true? We don't. But it's the same thing as, do we know if the side piece is true? We didn't think so, but now the side piece is kind of coming into play. So this person came online and said that Sierra is 4 months pregnant with Drew's baby, but that she has a job and she doesn't need anything from him. Much like Miss Arlita, who has a job and gets it done, but that's not right for Drew to be able to walk away if that is true. Then Miss Thompson posted on Threads that she found out that Drew had an active Instagram and Facebook, even though he told her he didn't. So again, it's causing some trust issues within the matriarch and the patriarch of the family, right? The alleged family. So Miss Thompson spent quite a lot of time on the internet last night. She made 4 videos. The first one was kind of coherent, but then the second one, she was batting away the most resilient fly I've ever seen and itching her face and sniffing and doing peculiar behavior. And in that video, there was a knock on the door, and once again, it was Addie. And Addie said, "I don't like it, Bella's tickling me, and I need to use the bathroom." Normal, you're in a hotel, motel. There's only one bathroom. You would think she would pause the video and then come back. She did not. So that little girl didn't get to use the bathroom, even though she asked, right?
Thanks so much for watching this deep dive, you guys. You keep me going with your engagement. If you enjoyed, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and let's keep uncovering the truth together. See you in the next one.